All right, hey, so it's me, Budgeting with Ali. This video is going to be a little bit different because I'm using my new screen recording app, which I found on my iPhone. If you want an explanation of that, tune in not this Friday, but next Friday, because I did explain that in my electronic cash envelope stuffing video, and kind of don't want to, which I recorded before this to make sure it worked. And I'll explain it there. So definitely go check that out. But I was watching my videos and Alicia Does Adulting, her newest video, popped up, and what do you know? It was about emergency funds and a spreadsheet she had created. And I had been thinking of looking at what step 3 of the baby steps is going to look like for me, just to see how much I should save for my emergency fund once I am done paying off debt, just to look forward kind of thing. And she does amazing things with spreadsheets. I really can't say that enough, because she actually created the sinking funds and cash envelope electronic tracker that I'm using right now. So definitely go check out her account and her videos, which I will link in the iCards and description. But yeah, so, and because I don't want to recreate the wheel, especially when she does such a more thorough and better job than I could ever do, I figured I would just use her spreadsheet and go into the speculating. And it's important to note that this is based on the numbers that I currently have, but after my debt-free journey, I'm assuming that my bills are going to stay the same, but it would be really easy to change the numbers as I needed to. And she did create a bare bones calculation and a comfortable calculation, just so that you can have kind of an idea and choose which is your target for saving kind of thing. So I did already input my numbers, so as you can see, it is taking the $2,095 that I already have saved in my emergency fund and is putting it into these green and these percentage columns, and the number on above those percentage values is a number that Excel or Google Sheets calculated based on my answers or my input into the tabs. So let's go check those out, and I'll show you kind of my bare bones versus my comfortable for after my debt is paid off. So here, the first tab is food and home. I'm assuming that my rent is going to stay the same, so it's going to be the same for both bare bones and comfortable, which is $520. Power and electric is going to be the same no matter what, so $75. Insurance for bare bones, I can technically get away without it. It just means I have to cancel my policy, but I've lived without insurance, renter's insurance, before when I was a student and couldn't really afford it, so I can do that again. But obviously my comfortable would include the $18.45. For groceries, bare bones, I'm comfortable with $125, but for my comfortable, maybe I adjust that to $175 and I can treat myself to some more prepared foods or whatnot. But that's just kind of me being over the top. Phone is going to stay the same no matter what, and my bank fee is going to stay the same no matter what, unless the carrier or the fees change, in which case I would just adjust that. So for my bare bones, it would be $788.99, which is $788.99, or for my comfortable, it would be $857.40. So let's move to the next category, which is transportation. I am assuming in this instance that my public transit, is going to stay the same at $82.50. So for the bare bones and comfortable, again, that's going to be the same, and this is all for this category. For personal / health, this would be my MISC sinking fund. So for my bare bones, technically I could cut that out. But if I'm comfortable, I really want to be putting $20 a month towards that account so that I can afford what my insurance doesn't cover or anything like that. And then we come to the luxuries and MISC, which is my final category. So for bare bones, I've basically said I could cut all of these things out, which is why they're all $0, and thus my bare bones for this one is $0. But for my comfortable, this is where I would be comfortable. I would really like to have these amounts. So eating out would be $60, subscriptions would be $30 to cover the normal $20 plus my plus a little bit extra. For buffer, I'd like to have $100 buffer kind of thing, just as a safety net. For entertainment, I know right now it's at $40, but when I have a little bit more money to spend, maybe I can up that, and so I just kind of put $100 as the maximum number for that. For donations, again, I'd like to stay the same unless I get a pay raise, and then I would adjust it. And I am kind of debating whether I want to do more contribution wise, but for right now I'm just going to keep it at the $260. Investments, I'm currently not investing, but I hope to invest obviously when I am out of debt, so I would feel comfortable doing $300 a month for my comfortable budget. For vacation, it would be $40. So instead of doing $20 per month, bumping that up to $40. For gifts, $100 per month. But that would be kind of very, very much. I would just have some left over. Hockey, again, $100 a month for my comfortable budget. And savings, $100 a month, which brings my comfortable budget to $1,190 for this category. I will note that in all of these spreadsheets, I did hide the rows and columns that I didn't, the columns, I can't remember which it is, but I did hide those categories that I didn't need just in case I do need them in the future. I just figured that would be safer. So just so you're aware. So that's all of the tabs with everything filled in, which is how we get the 1 month of bare bones for an emergency fund being $871.49 and my comfortable being $2,149.90. Wow, that's a lot. Maybe I should cut some of that stuff down because this is like a emergency fund. This is kind of my lofty goal, but so right now, if bare bones, I could do 2 months and a little bit extra because it is over 100% there. And I am almost to the 1 month goal for comfortable, but for a 6 month bare bones emergency fund, it would be $5,228.94. For comfortable, it would be $12,899.40, which seems a little bit excessive, so maybe I do want to cut that down. I'll play around with the numbers a little bit later. This is kind of just a thought process to see what my goals should be in the future once I do get debt paid off, because of course debt right now is where I am focusing. And then jumping forward to having a year emergency fund for the bare bones would be $10,457.88, which I am very comfortable with. I had honestly before this been thinking for step 3 I would do a $10,000 to $15,000 emergency fund, so it's good to see that bare bones that's what I could do. And for 12 months for my comfortable budget, it would be $25,798.80, which is, whoa, that would take me a while. But yeah, so I just thought this was a neat little exercise, and this is a very helpful spreadsheet, so I would input my numbers, but obviously for my comfortable budget, I should definitely adjust that a little bit to be a little bit more realistic, especially for an emergency fund, because obviously you should make some cuts in your lifestyle for your emergency fund, not going crazy. And there are a few categories where I was kind of hesitant to put in that number, but I figured better be over the top than under kind of thing. But yeah, so that is what my emergency fund for step 3 will look like numbers wise. So yeah, go check out Alicia Does Adulting's channel, and also you can do this spreadsheet for yourself. Just go grab it from her video, which is on her channel, and go check out her cash envelope and sinking fund tracker too, because that is just as great as this spreadsheet here. All right, bye.